Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you are to buy into it. Support and resistance, it is one of the most important things you should know about your stock before you either buy it or sell it. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely in the right place. You're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. And just to let you know, I am not a financial advisor. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And also, if you haven't already, please use my link down below in the description to start an account with Webull. You'll get 2 free stocks. And you could use my link down below to start an account with Robinhood. You'll get 1 free stock. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new content here. And let's get into the market today. Today is May 31st, 2021. It is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day to you guys out there. The market is closed today, so let's look at Friday, how we ended up. You know, we had a green day all around on Friday. Everything was pretty good, and you had a little bit of a sell-off at the end of the day here. So hopefully, you know, the market picks back up on Tuesday, tomorrow, and we continue the momentum we had last week into this week. So let's take a look at the stock I want to talk about today. Today I want to go over Draftkings. I've done a couple videos before on this stock and this chart. You can go back, check them out. I'll provide a link in the upper right hand corner. You should be seeing that right now. And you can go back, watch those videos, see how I got to where I'm at now. Okay, so let's look at their chart here. You know, Draftkings has a 52-week high of $74.38, and they reached that high on March 22nd, 2021. So just about, 2 months ago, they reached that 52-week high. And ever since then, they've lost a lot of value in their stock, almost getting cut in half here. It dropped from 75 pretty much all the way down to 40 right here. We had a low on right here, May 13th. Of $39.93. So, we did drop a lot here. We had a little bit of a correction in this stock, but we have seen a rebound in this stock in the past couple weeks. So we're going to talk about that and talk about where we can go from here with this one. Okay, so on Friday, we ended the day down. We had a red day. It was trading at $49.85. And, it actually closed the day at $49.95, and after hours it was down another 10 cents. So, that was the equivalent of about, 0.9% that day being down. And let's take a look on the week. They are actually up 11.17%, which is the equivalent of about $5 on the month. They are still down 15%. In the past 3 months, they're down a little bit over 21%. But on the year, they are still up over 34%, almost 35%. So, they're doing pretty good on the year, but the past couple months have been brutal for this stock. Like I said, they reached their all-time highs, and then it pretty much got cut in half. Looking at the chart here, let's see what we could find out from here. Now, this is a critical area right here at the top, around $73.20. Let's see, actually, I need to move that down. So around $72 is what we're looking at when we get back up to this point. We're going to want to see this thing close over $72 because it has never closed above that before. It did go below that a couple days during the intraday, but it did not close above that. So that's where we're going to want to see this thing close above to move on to a new high here, okay? And we're also going to run into some resistance around $64.44 right here where I have my next line. That was former resistance back here. We did break through that, moving on to our new high. But, that's going to be resistance also moving forward because you see when it did dip below there, it tried to retest that area and it got rejected during this correction. Okay, so the next area of support we thought we had was around $55.77. And, that held up for a while. That was pretty strong support around this area. Right in here, it was former resistance, okay? And, on the way back down here, we looked like we were going to hold this area here around $55.77. It was holding up for a while. Whoops, I didn't mean to move that. it was holding up for a while during this correction, and then finally, I think on this earnings report here, we lost it around the beginning of May. So earlier this month, we lost that support area after the earnings came out, okay? But, we did drop all the way below, all the way down to $40 right here. We saw it bounce off of this $40 support, so that did hold up. It was looking like it was going to drop to this, I should have another line here. Let me put in another line. It looked like it was going to drop all the way down to this $35 support level right here. And I think I've said in my other videos here, this $35 support area is a very strong area of support. So I wasn't expecting it to fall below this. We did have a sharp drop after that earnings, but if it did reach this area, I would have been buying, more than I already have. I am a holder of this stock and some options, so just to let you guys know that. But, if it got down to this area, I would have definitely been loading up, because you saw what happened last time it hit this area. It ended up going on to double, more than double right here. So once it hits this, if it were to hit this area, I think that would have been a great time to buy because of, past history right in here. When it did double after hitting that support area. So, it looks like we do have a strong recovery, though. It did hit this $40 support area, and it made a nice bounce off of there. And currently, let me zoom in here, we are above our 21-day moving average on the daily chart. And, we did get above our 30-day moving average on Friday. During the day, we went all the way up to our 200-day moving average. You could see here on May 7th of earlier this month, we dropped below our 200-day moving average. And that was a pretty big turning point here because, it did not look good for this stock. And a lot of people thought it was going to fall to 35 because it fell below that 200-day moving average. But, we are regaining some traction. It has some momentum behind it. And we did test our 200-day moving average a couple weeks later on Friday here. So we are getting back some momentum behind this stock. You can see here I have this red trend line. And that is the downtrend that it has been in, these past couple months here since the end of March here. And it follows my 21-day moving average and pretty much my 30-day moving average on the daily chart. So that's how I know this is a good trend line. It's been stuck under this trend line, since March here. But we have finally, we're testing the line, and it looks like we might have broken out of it right here on Friday. Let me just move this back to where I had it here. So on Thursday here, let me zoom in. You could see we broke above this trend line finally. And on Friday, we went up to test our 200-day moving average, and this thing was up, a couple percent, and it ended the day down a little bit in the red. As you could see, it made it up to that 200-day moving average, and it quickly got rejected down and sold off and finished the day lower than where it opened the day. So, we did have a red day Friday, but that was a good sign moving forward into next week, that we did get back up, test that 200-day moving average, and I'm expecting this week here to get above this 200-day moving average, hopefully. You could see here, I drew this little trend line that we've been on, for the past week or so right here, that it's been bouncing off of this trend line nicely and holding up. So I'm going to be watching this little trend line I have drawn also to see if this continues its way upward too. Okay, hopefully we don't break this little trend line I have here. But looking all the way back to, let's see, on our chart here, April of 2020, this thing is still on an uptrend. You can see here I have it marked down in this green line. It was following the 200-day moving average, but it did fall below there, so I had to move my line here. And it looks like, we have bottomed out, and we're starting to make a new uptrend. So this is going to be our, higher low, it looks like here. This is a big, low here. It's higher than this one on our chart, so it's still looking good on the chart that we made a higher low right here, and hopefully we can move on and make a higher high in the future. But we're going to have to get through some hurdles here. First thing first is our 200-day moving average, and the next thing will be our 50-day moving average, which is sitting right around our support area right here, former support, which is $55.77. So we're going to need to get through this 200-day moving average first, get above there, and then we're going to have all this room up here, you know, to go into, and we could trade all the way up to $55.77 before running into any more resistance for this stock. So I'm just going to switch over to our weekly chart, see if we could find out anything there. And you could see here, our 50-day moving average, we did close the week above our 50-day moving average on our weekly chart. So that is a very good sign. I think I moved my line here a little bit. Sorry about that. But that's a very good sign for the weekly candle to close above that 50-day moving average, because we did lose that for the past 2 weeks here. You know, during this little correction that it's been going through after earnings. So you could see here, we also closed the week above our red trend line that we haven't been able to close above in, let's see how many weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this would have been the 10th week, but we did close above there. So we are broken out of our downtrend, it looks like. And next week will be a very big week for this stock. Hopefully we could get back up to this 30-day moving average on the weekly chart, which is sitting around $55, almost exactly. And, you know, we have our 21-day moving average on the weekly chart sitting at $57.73. So that'll be our next hurdle if we do clear the daily chart, this 50-day moving average on the daily chart here. So those are just some things to watch here. You could see I have my old uptrend line marked here in the red that was broken during this this last earnings report. And I think I made a video right before that earnings report. And you could see here we were on a nice strong uptrend. You know, we hit off it once and we hit off it again right here. And it looked like we were going to hit off it again and maybe move upwards. But we did lose that during the last earnings report. So, you know, I didn't get rid of this trend line yet, but I should have. So let me just erase that right now. It probably makes the chart look a little bit more confusing than it should. So there's our full chart right now as it looks. You could see we're on this uptrend. And, you know, I'll be watching this thing in the next week to see what it does. If we can maintain this uptrend that I drew here and continue upwards to this 50-day moving average, that will be a very big point right here. You know, if it continues its momentum, we will be looking very bullish going forward for this one. You know, that $55.77 will be a huge point in this stock to see if it could break through there or if it's just going to go back down and, you know, hopefully continue the uptrend, bounce off this trend line again and continue upwards if it doesn't break through there. So that's just a little quick update I wanted to do on, you know, Draftkings. Again, this is going to be a very big week. I'll be watching this stock also, and I'll make a update on it, you know, in the next week or two to see what it does. If it is able to, you know, get up to this level and break through, or we'll see if it, you know, gets rejected off there, or if it's just getting rejected off this 200-day moving average and it's gonna start off the week breaking this little uptrend that it has right now. So plan your trades accordingly to that and see where it goes. You know, you could take a nice risk and, you know, you could probably get a nice reward out of that if you guess right. So take a look at the charts, do what you need to do, and plan your trades accordingly. And that's my update on Draftkings. If you guys liked it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that like button and notification button so you don't miss out on any new content. Okay, and we will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.